Hi, Eagle fans. I'm Thomas Mock. Welcome into Philadelphia Eagles Now. We have a lot of pretty crazy news and rumors to go ahead and jump in. The Tyreek Hill news just dropped. We'll give you that here in just 1 second. First, though, if you guys love the Eagles, drop a like down below. Can we get 1,000 likes on today's video? If you guys like Philadelphia, go down below, give the video a thumbs up. All right, so jump on here on a Wednesday with some breaking news. And when I mean breaking news, I mean news that broke literally 5 minutes before filming this here early on a Wednesday morning, and that comes from Ian Rappaport regarding a possible Tyreek Hill trade to some team in the National Football League. Let's throw the tweet up on the screen. Let's just jump right into it. Quote, another blockbuster trade coming? Despite an offer from the hashtag Chiefs that makes superstar Tyreek Hill one of the highest paid receivers, extension talks have stalled, and Kansas City has now given Hill's agent permission to seek a trade, sources tell me and Tom Pelissero. So, you now have the craziest offseason in the National Football League ever to become even crazier. Now you have one of the best receivers, if not the most dangerous wide receiver on the planet, wanting a trade. We already had Devontae Adams leave. He went from the NFC to the AFC. Now you have Tyreek Hill possibly on the trade market. And according to Tom Pelissero, multiple teams have already engaged in trade talks for Tyreek Hill. Now, naturally, Philadelphia, being a team that needs a wide receiver, a team that had tried to trade for Allen Robinson, had tried to trade for Robert Woods, had tried to sign all these different receivers that are out there. I guess sign on Robinson, not trade on Robinson. Either way, they've tried to go ahead and get receivers, have not been able to. We know they need one. Do they spend a large amount of draft capital to go ahead and trade for Tyreek Hill? That is the contract offers. Now, obviously, Philadelphia has the ammo to give the Chiefs whatever they want. I mean, they could give them a very high offer and a very high amount of draft picks to go ahead and acquire him. And I want to give you an example of what that could possibly look like. Now, this might be a little bit too much. It might not be enough, but you got to remember, Tyreek Hill is a wide receiver, but he is, even though he's great, this is a lot to go ahead and give up, right? So Philadelphia would go ahead and get Tyreek Hill, and the Chiefs in this mock trade would get 15 overall, 19 overall, a 2023 second, and Jalen Reagor. Now, the Jalen Reagor part might be fine, but that is a lot to go ahead and give up for Tyreek Hill. I mean, a lot to give up for Tyreek Hill. I understand how special he is, and I know you got to outbid other teams. Think about guys like Green Bay, who needs a wide receiver, and Tyreek Hill could possibly go play with Aaron Rodgers. I bet that's a very intriguing trade offer right now, but if Philadelphia really wants him, it might take 2 first-round draft picks to get him, and then that, to me, is too much. I just can't justify that. Not only do you have to give him 2 first-round draft picks, you have to make him the highest-paid wide receiver in the National Football League with a massive new contract extension. Now, there's no guarantee that if you drafted Chris Olave at 15 overall, or Treylon Burks, or Drake London, all these first-round guys we've talked about here on the channel, that they will ever be as good as Tyreek Hill. But you don't have to pay them that much money, at least not anytime soon, and you're only spending 1 first-round draft pick for a player instead of 2 first-round draft picks for a player, and so I love the idea of Tyreek Hill. I wouldn't hate him in the Eagles' offense. Him and Devontae Smith would be scary good, but at the same time, I think the price might be a little bit too much, and for that reason, I'm probably a little bit out on trading for Tyreek Hill. Add, rate, pin, comment down below. Give me your thoughts. If you want Tyreek in Philadelphia, type TH down below in the comment section. You wanted to come to Philly despite the high asking price, which I wanted to show you guys here today because we're all going to say, oh, we'll go trade for him. Got to look at the repercussions to go ahead and do that. If you still want to go ahead and make the deal, type TH down below to get Tyreek Hill. All right, quickly, I want to go ahead and mention that we are getting a ton of new subscribers here on the channel. If you haven't already subscribed, go down below and hit the red button. But right now, we are at 26,296 subs. So we approach 27K, which is just 3K away from 30,000 subscribers on the channel. So if you guys like free daily Eagle coverage, I mean, almost every single day of the week here, I'm giving you guys fresh videos, fresh updates, news, rumors, mock trades, mock drafts, everything regarding Philadelphia. If you like that sort of thing, go down below and subscribe. All right, speaking of mock drafts, let's go and jump into Mel Kiper Jr.'s latest 3.0 mock draft coming via ESPN. He released it earlier this week, and honestly, he did a pretty darn good job in terms of, in my opinion, the overall mock draft, more specifically the mock draft regarding Philadelphia. And this, of course, is his post-free agency mock draft, and so some things have changed up and down the board, but he still has Philadelphia not only staying put with their 3 first-round draft picks, but taking a defensive end, a wide receiver, and a linebacker. We'll show you who those 3 are here in just 1 second, but overall, let me just quickly say, this was a really good mock draft by Mel Kiper Jr., and I'd be all for it, right? First, have a little bit of fun here. Before you see who Mel Kiper has the Eagles taking at 15, guess who it is. Which just guess down below in the comment section. So before you even see who I'm going to say, and I'm going to tell you in just 1 second, guess who Kiper is the Eagles taking at 15, right? I'll pause for a second. Now's your chance. Go down below. Take your guess. Did you do it? All right, here we go. Jump in. 15 overall, Mel Kiper is Philadelphia taking Jermaine Johnson, the Florida State senior, the pass rusher who I absolutely love. And this seemingly comes after David Ojabo got hurt at his pro day, clearing his Achilles, and therefore no longer being a first round, at least a viable first round option at 15 overall. Johnson, as we've mentioned, has skyrocketed up draft boards. He was once a top 50 prospect, but coming over from Georgia, 1 year at FSU, had an incredible senior year and really turned heads and improved the draft stock at the Senior Bowl. I am all for this. I love him. You guys know that, and I think him at 15 makes sense because pass rusher is a lot more important for teams than wide receiver or linebacker. You pair him in this Eagle defensive line, whether Hassan Reddick's a linebacker or a defensive end, he's still going to be rushing the passer. You have Johnson, you have newly signed Sweat, obviously you have Brandon Graham coming back from injury, and then you have Hassan Reddick. That's 4 really good pass rushers, 2 of which are probably elite at the peak of their powers. This defensive line is getting a lot better, and I love the idea of getting another one in the draft, and I think Jermaine Johnson makes a ton of sense. 16 overall, he's Philadelphia taking Chris Olave, the wide receiver out of Ohio State. Mentions the fact that everyone's a 4.39, he's super fast, he's the best route runner in the draft, and a great pairing with Devontae Smith. No issues here. I think he probably is the best all-around receiver in this draft, even though I mentioned Treylon Burks is a little bit better fit because he's bigger. There have been talks of Drake London being, the best receiver in this draft. There are a lot of great receivers. Honestly, insert your favorite receiver here at 16, and I'm fine with it, but Olave has been linked to Philadelphia a lot, and honestly, he makes a ton of sense, especially if Philadelphia hasn't traded for Tyreek Hill, right? They got to get a receiver if that's the case. Finally, at 19, you guys know that this absolutely makes my heart melt. How about Devin Lloyd, the linebacker out of Utah? I love Devin Lloyd. I don't even need to say anything. If you're a subscriber, you've watched this channel for any length of time with the past couple of weeks, you know my love for the Utah linebacker and how he is absolutely special. He's Fred Warner 2.0. He's everything that you want, but I think it's interesting that it shows that he falls in this draft where once he was going to go inside the top 12 and other mocks, quarterback now becomes a need for these teams, and so once teams like Seattle and teams like the Falcons and teams like Carolina need quarterbacks, that bumps back these other players at key positions, and hence Devin Lloyd could go ahead and fall, which is great news for the Eagles. Fantastic stuff. So honestly, great this mock draft from Mel Kiper. This is an A+. If the Eagles did this right here in April, I will literally scream and shout and just sing all the praises of Howie Roseman till kingdom come. That would be an absolutely fantastic draft. The Eagles would get 3 surefire starters right away and would be the favorites in the NFC East with this mock draft. I love it. Give me your grade down below. All right, bet on the Sweet 16 as it begins tomorrow evening with our friends at BetUS. Chatsports.com/bet is the link that you need. Promo code is Eagles125. Now, unfortunately, my Baylor Bears will not be in the Sweet 16 as they lost, which was very disappointing, in overtime to UNC, and so I can't bet on Baylor, but I still bet on all the other teams that are still alive, and BetUS is the one-stop shop and best place to do that. Again, chatsports.com/bet. That promo code is Eagles125. Get in on the betting regarding your favorite March Madness games and teams right now before the Sweet 16 starts on Thursday. All right, final quick story here. John Kincaid, a host at 97.5 The Fanatic, I think. Yes, formerly in Atlanta. He's used to live kind of close to where I live right now in Atlanta. Either way, Kincaid now works in Philly and he has a lot of insiders and was asked about Jarvis Landry, and we'll just throw the quote up on your screen right now and give you the breakdown on a possible another wide receiver target. Quote, a prominent NFL insider has said to me that the Eagles were very much trying to see if they could acquire Robert Woods from the Rams. They were in on him, and they got turned down. The same NFL insider shared with me this morning another name to expect to target. Do you want to guess? He believes this person is the next buzz right now as of someone they are hovering around. He believes Jarvis Landry is where they moved on to. They moved on to looking at Jarvis Landry, end quote. So this kind of goes off of the report that we heard the other day that, of course, Philadelphia continues to be in search of a new receiver. Hence why we started today's show talking about Tyreek Hill being available for trade, because obviously Howie Roseman is trying to get people. Maybe the Rams didn't want to trade Robert Woods to an NFC rival in Philadelphia, hence why they traded him to the Titans, and then here comes Jarvis Landry. Now, there are reports that Landry might return to Cleveland to go ahead and pair back with Deshaun Watson, so I'm not thinking that Philadelphia is really in the running for Landry. I'm sure they're trying. I'm sure they're making those phone calls, and I wouldn't hate Landry either. But the odds of him becoming a Philadelphia Eagle, I think, are a little bit slim, especially with Pascal signing just a couple of days ago, taking a little bit of that money away. Philadelphia has money available right now, and they need help at wide receiver, but you also got to realize they're going to be signing draft picks, and 3 first-rounders are not cheap, and so a lot of that free agent money that's available, about $15 million of that needs to go towards free agents. So we'll see how they're going to go ahead and upgrade the wide receiver position, whether it's Hill, whether it's Landry, or a draft pick, but a lot of interesting stuff today on this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, @RealThomasMott. I will be covering any of these things happen first on Twitter because I can just like it or retweet it, and then we come here in video form. So don't forget to follow me on Twitter, and don't forget to like the video as we try to get to 1,000 likes here on our Wednesday edition of Philadelphia Eagles Now. Of course, mailbag happening later on this week. #Eagles in the comments section for your possible mailbag question to be answered, and we'll see what happens in the next couple days. The NFL stays crazy. The NFL stays king on a Wednesday here, March 23rd on Philadelphia Eagles Now. For the channel, I'm Thomas Mott, signing off. To the rest of your day.